Prior to tonight's game, Billy sat down with Wolves forward and Rhode Island native Dominic Franco in our Village of Rosemont intermission interview. The Village of Rosemont, it's all here.
Thank you, Jason. Dom, first and foremost, in September, I went to training camp to see you, talk to you. You said, let's go golfing tomorrow. We were talking to Travis. We're going to play in Elmhurst. And the next day, I get up, and all of a sudden, I hear that you had an issue. Take us through that time, and how are you now?
Yeah, I mean, it's difficult. I mean, everyone, we work so hard in the summertime to be physically ready for the season. And unfortunately, injuries are a part of this game. And it happens to everyone throughout their career, and unfortunately, I pulled the number this year. So, it's tough. It's a lot of rehab. It's a lot of work. But the guys have been unbelievable, keeping me a part of the team. Obviously, I'm not traveling on the road, but they've done a great job just making me feel at home and making me feel a part of it. So it's been great to see them be so successful this past 30-game stretch, and I'm just happy to be a part of it and help any way I can now.
Expectations. Obviously, you're skating, you're working hard, you're trying to get back into game shape. Where are you at?
Well, the shape-wise, we're working on it. But no, the shoulder feels a lot better. Pretty much my only limitation now is contact. So probably in the next month or so, we'll start to ease that in, and then we're hoping to be back sometime in April. So that's kind of the plan right now, and then it's just a lot of long days in between there.
Well, folks, if you saw Dom and I talking last year in an interview, we were talking about all the great stuff that you've been through, graduating from West Point, all the things that you have to do, et cetera. With this time off, where are you at now in your service with them? And is there stuff still going on? Does it help you being off a little bit?
No, it's pretty much the same. So I'm still on an IRR contract. It's pretty much still like the same agreement, obviously. I think right now the time window is like around August time is kind of when we send in our packets to kind of re-up, and it's kind of when we get to highlight all the good work that we do for the Army to help promote them. So no, on that front, it's pretty much all the same. Try to do as much as I can off the ice, and then they're pretty understanding. Like, I talk to the doctor at West Point pretty regularly, so they obviously know what's going on with us, injury-wise, stuff like that. But I'm still granted this opportunity to play, and it's something I don't take for granted. So that's why these 5-6 months, whatever rehab, are important, because it's a chance that I wasn't expecting to get, and I had to take the most of it.
It's a huge part of your life, and everywhere you have played, you have had friends of Franco.
Yeah.
Obviously, this year, the same thing is happening. You're dedicated to it. How cool is it still meeting some of these people and their families?
It's still unbelievable. I mean, it's really cool to be able to do it across a couple of different cities. Obviously, our fan base here is so amazing, and we have such like a loyal population of fans, not even outside the Friends of Franco stuff, just being here for 2 years and knowing a lot of our everydayers by heart, know their names, their kids, and it's cool to build relationships with fans, because I think that's one of the coolest things about professional sports is how much you're able to reach people and connect with people. So the Friends of Franco is a really cool way for me to kind of meet people kind of in my niche of something that probably isn't very common in professional hockey. But no, it's playing here, especially the fan base, and getting to meet and hear stories of all these different people and kind of their experiences is something I really hold true.
The Chicago Wolves have 2 prestigious awards they're given at the end of the year, and you won one last year because of some of the work you do and what you have done for the Chicago Wolves away from the game itself. The Danny Snyder Award, Man of the Year. Thinking now back, winning that, pretty neat. Yeah,
it was an incredible honor. I mean, obviously, I didn't know Dan Snyder that well, but obviously we had a lot of the staff here, especially last year, had been here for so long. They had stories to tell me and stuff to share about him and how amazing he was as a person, how much he meant to this organization and the fan base, and to be put in a conversation with him and be honored. And I'm happy to do stuff that helps carry on his legacy.
One of the other things that's, if you come to a Chicago Wolves game once a month, the Adopt a Dog program, and it's a cool situation. Just a couple of weeks ago, I had a couple of people on talking. We had a dog in here, and you have done something that not a lot of guys have done, but some have.
Yeah.
You adopted a dog, and we have a couple of pictures here. Huh? How is it going?
Oh, man, he looks tiny in those pictures. No, he's growing like a weed.
Is that right?
Yeah, he's. I always said I would not gonna get a dog, like not gonna do it. And then, I grew up with dogs. I love them. And then obviously with the injury this year and kind of being like able to be pretty stable for the next whatever the 5 or 6 month recovery it is, I kind of just saw it as the best time to be there to help train them. Obviously they can be a little more independent as they grow up, but. It's been awesome. There's been some good, some bad, but no, I love having him, and he's an awesome dog. And Border Tails, they're awesome, and I'm happy that I went through that process because they do some amazing stuff.
Sure do. A man's best friend. There's why you got him. And before we let you go, we're at the end of the interview, but how about this, folks? Today, if you're lucky enough to get here and get one of these, I've always wanted a bobblehead. That is pretty neat.
Yeah, that one might be a little better looking than the real life version, but that's all right. Courtney did me some justice with that thing. That's really cool.
Isn't it? It's a special night. Getting a bobblehead, to me, it means you made it.
Yeah.
Anyway, Don, thank you for joining us. Hopefully your recovery is quick, and we got to see you in the lineup very shortly. This team is going to make the playoffs this year. There's no doubt in my mind, so best of luck.
Yes, sir. Thank you, Billy. Appreciate it.
We'll be back with more of the first intermission after this.